y'all, so what's up? So last night I uploaded a video of last year's journey to Arizona from South Carolina. In that video I shared basically all the things that I did with my kids. It really looks like my kids my kids video, but and sorry y'all, it's so early. It's early, so bear with me. The video looks like it's a life of my kids. But when you are single and you are divorcing, and life is about the kids, because you want to make sure that their foundation is great. You want to make sure that their foundation is secure. You want to make sure that they make the most out of life despite what has transpired, what has changed, because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I have had the blessings from our father Abba to still be a stay-at-home. So no, I don't work. It's not, I even apply. I'm gonna get into all of that, but I fully homeschool them, and I'm gonna get into that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start. And so with the journey to Arizona from South Carolina, the $1,000 that you see on the description, that's true. That's not clickbait. Okay, so after leaving a relationship, I moved into another apartment, and this was during the aftermath of the pandemic, how they was sending out stimuluses and unemployment. Now, mind you, I didn't work that much because I was a stay-at-home wife, so I was able to get a few jobs before they started shutting down everything. And so that still qualified me for pandemic unemployment. Now, that wasn't nobody but y'all. So, all praises to the Most High, because he knew I wanted, he knew I needed help to move forward. And so I was approved, and so of course, when I started receiving the unemployment, it was back pay. It was back pay. So yes, that's what funded me to move forward, to go where I needed to go. You get what I'm saying? To deposits, down payments. Now, mind you, this is before I moved to Arizona. This is right before. So then I had this opportunity, this offer. My cousin's wife, she was just like, hey, why don't you come to Arizona? Just come visit. And I'm like, if I come visit, I'm not coming to visit. I'm coming to stay. I come all the way over there, I'm coming to stay. Y'all, that was a 22-hour drive, okay? And so, looking it up, it took us about 3 days, but I'm gonna get into that. So it was a 22-hour drive, and I said, no, if I'm coming over there, and when I'm not flying because I got 3 kids, I'm coming to stay. So as time went by, the job that I was working, where I was currently staying, was not paying me. When I say it wasn't paying me, it was a work from home job. My kids were still homeschooled. I was in this new apartment, and this job did not want to pay me. And it was like one of those, y'all know how it was with the work from home jobs. They be all scammy, but now since pandemic, they got some real ones. But y'all know, see, I graduated 2006. I'm 88, so I'm 34, which means everybody in this little area, y'all know back when they first started this whole work from home thing before COVID, they were scams. They wasn't real. And so I guess this was kind of like that. Well, it was a real job because I worked for HomeDepot.com online, but the company that I was working for paid me like $500 a month, and I didn't know this, y'all. I got 3 kids. Okay, so fast forward. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get paid. Save that money. We just gonna pack, and we about to move to Arizona. Now, granted, I did have help moving. I wasn't just me and my kids out there by ourselves. And so I had some help. So I saved, I saved 6, literally, y'all. And of course we had, and the other person had money for us to eat and stuff like that. But my pockets was 6. It took us $400 to get from South Carolina to there. That was true. I was selling furniture in the midst of leaving. So the money that came in from the furniture was to eat, and for that one night stay you see in the video, we stayed at the La Quinta in Amarillo, Texas. And so that housed us, because the room was like $129, you know, I think, you know, before taxes, or you know how rooms be like $130 before taxes. So that's what that was. And so we kept going, y'all. We kept going, as you see in the video. Go check the video out. And we just, you know, I didn't record the entire journey there, but you'll see what I made work. So you'll see I got there in February, but it says by March we had now got a room. Now what we had been doing was, my payments that I was receiving every week was $600. And I got that payment once I got there. So it took me $400 to drive there, and then it took me $600 to secure a week at a extended stay. So we were staying in extended stays. Big ups to Priceline. Priceline has the price breaker, where they will choose the best hotels for you for a low price, but you don't know which hotel you're gonna get. I didn't care, just as long as I was in something straight for my children, because we're gonna be in there in a week, you know, for a whole week. So during that time, they had parks everywhere. Now I didn't include those videos, but they had parks everywhere. There wasn't a park that my kids went to that we had to repeat a park. We was able to go to a different park every day if we wanted to. And the vibes, y'all, for children was amazing. Okay. And so I would say roughly about a week's stay, from Sunday to Friday, or Sunday to maybe like $500 to $600 a week. But Price Breaker on Priceline gets you those cheap rates, but they choose the hotel for you, and they choose good hotels. They're not the bad hotels. They're not the 2, 3, 1-star hotels. They were some legit hotels. And so, okay, so as time went on, March rolled around, and then my income tax came in. My income tax was like $11,000. Mind you, I didn't really work, but then the child tax came in. I didn't get the last stimulus before that, so they kind of gave me my stimulus that I didn't get. And then another stimulus came in right behind that. So that, y'all, put the deposit down on the new place. That furnished the entire place. No rental furniture. That put the deposit and got me started with a new car. I drove over there in a car, and I got a new car while I was there. So yes, I was like, man, this is sweet. This is a sweet setup. Like, we didn't have to wait for months after getting in the apartment to even be furnished. Like, y'all, when I say Abba make sure his kids is taken care of, you set your mind to do something, everything else will fall into place. Y'all, I'm talking about miracle money. I did not work enough to get taxes. Of course, I got 3 kids, but I had got over 11,000. So I would say a startup to get in was 11,000, you know, to get everything furnished, deposits and everything, get a new car. And I was working by then. I was working. I actually, y'all, did I had an interview. I was able to do it in the lobby, in the computer space lobby. On one of their computers, I was able to do a face-to-face virtual, not on my phone, but on a computer. So I'm just telling y'all the resources and how I made it work. While I was staying in a hotel for a week, I ran to Walmart, bought a camera, plugged it in with the USB, and I was able to do my interview for this job before moving into the condo. I was able to move in there. I was able to do my interview from the hotel's computer. Okay, y'all, When I say whatever you want to put your mind to, everything else is going to fall into place. Everything else is going to fall into place, okay? I promise. I promise. Y'all, I was coming from us being a stay-at-home mom. You know, nobody knows why people leave, but that's for a whole nother story. I actually have another channel. It's called Humbly Confident. And I got videos uploaded on that where the intro says, let me put y'all in my business. Not giving y'all too many details, but it's very spiritual. So just a heads up, it is very spiritual. It's just about how after this whole, I'm gonna lead up to the ending, but it was how, because on this journey a little bit, I wasn't humble a little bit. And it just talks about how, you know, Abba, our Father, resetted me to also just give me new habits and stuff. But that's on the other channel. This is a whole another channel. This is not that channel. Yeah, so Humbly Confident is definitely something for anybody who's spiritual, who needs uplifting, you know, who feels like they want to change, but they need to know the steps to changing. You got to cut people off. You got to reset. When I say reset, for everything to be new, you got to make your life new. You can't hold on to old things. So anyway, back to where I was at. So you'll see in the video where I have my timeline of everything that happened that year. Okay. And as you see, almost every month, my children was able to enjoy themselves. And that's what I wanted, y'all. Coming from South Carolina, you know, there's such a bondage spirit where you can't really, you know, you can't even really, if you wanted to cough, you got to pay for it. You get what I'm saying? Like, get this, South Carolina ain't all that bad because the greenery, I miss the greenery. When I was over there, I did miss my greenery. I miss my trees. Oh, I can't turn my camera around. Here we go. That's just sitting up on me. We didn't have that in Arizona. It barely rained, y'all, all of that. So I did miss a few things about the South over here, I'm not gonna lie. But over there, y'all, for some references for people as a mom or as a black woman, they're one in the hair stores. You gotta order everything offline. I found this one hair store, this one black owned hair store, and no offense to other races, just, you know, giving out resources. I found this one black owned hair store up the road, but I had to order hair online, okay? So, but other than that, y'all, you know, there was a Target 2 minutes up the road from me. There was a Maurice's up the road from me, not the country barbecue place, but there's a store called Maurice's. You know, everything was accessible. My children, school on every block. The resources was there. I was okay. So I did, even with a job, y'all, my job paid good. I actually worked for DoorDash. I worked for the merchant part of DoorDash where I was customer service for the merchant. So if they needed to change and update some things on the website of DoorDash, that's what I was working from home doing, y'all. Y'all, when I say it was lit over there, it was. When you see all these stories and stuff, but let me tell you something. I don't care if something happened 3 blocks away from where we were at. We didn't feel it. We didn't know it. When you focus on making the most out of where you're at, what you're doing, and you know what your goal is, Abba got the rest. Like, our Father has the rest. The Most High has the rest. So I just encourage y'all, don't go over there with the naysayers, and your mind should be focused on what you're going to do. And I promise you, the Most High will open up a world that you have never seen before. He will block out all the negative. He won't even let it come knock at your door. He won't even let it come run up on you. You won't even know what's going on. And you will sleep, and you will go to sleep and wake up and just be, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I'm not, like, my children has did more in a year than what they've ever did in a lifetime while living in South Carolina before I moved. And y'all don't understand. The mothers, they do. You know, I'm very outgoing, so I'm like, okay, I didn't mind going to Arizona because I'm like, my children are just as outgoing as me, as y'all can see if y'all watch the video. And it's just like, y'all, this is a whole new environment. And we can be ourselves. And y'all, when it's easy to be yourself, there's no limits around you. There's that confidence, and confidence brings authority to an atmosphere. And in an atmosphere, you can't be stopped. I don't care who you run up on. Everybody was nice. The cops were nice. Everybody was resourceful. Oh, what I was saying was I had a good job, but I still would qualify because I qualified for food stamps. I was able to qualify for the government insurance as well. I had a good job. They didn't say, oh, you can't get insurance. I was able to get insurance. I was able to go to the dentist. I was able to get new glasses, as you saw in there. I was able to get everything that I needed, you guys. And I'm just saying, like, if you want to make a leap of faith, you don't know what's waiting for you there. Everything was so effortless for me and my children. Everything was so effortless. The jobs were just pouring. You could not say you didn't have a job. And so as time went on, you see, I got on there. We all celebrated birthdays. You know, we were able to all get our birthdays in over there. We celebrated so much, from school, movie nights, just all of that. I also tagged the places. So in the video, you'll see the clips of the places we went. I have the names of the places if you want to Google them, see what they're about. And y'all don't hear me, y'all. It was amazing. And so okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. November the 2nd, actually it was before November, 1 week, I got a call from the school, and it was my middle child's. She was in the nurse, and the nurse said, hey, Riley has a fever, can you come pick her up? I said, okay. So I went and picked everybody up. I you know, it's hot over there. Well, November wasn't hot, but you get what I'm saying. Like that. Sorry if that didn't go with that. But I'm just so, because during the time they was in school, it was hot. I'm thinking about why I didn't feel like going to get them. I'm sorry, y'all. I was thinking about, I'm sorry about this too. So I was thinking about why I didn't want to go get them. And it was because it was so hot during the summer, or during August and September. That was one of the reasons why I didn't feel like going. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so, oh gosh. So, but anyway, it wasn't hot in November. But let me tell you though. So, the school that they were going to, there was no transportation. You had to take them and pick them up because it was an academy school or whatever. And so I was like, I'm gonna get all three of them. She came home. My oldest child, y'all gonna think I'm lying. My oldest child had symptoms too, but I told her, and she was like, Mama, my head hurt. And I was just like, baby, just pray it off. Pray it off. Pray it off. Just pray it off. I'm a country girl now in Arizona. So I'm like, just pray it off. Y'all, hers went away immediately because at the way I told her, it was like authority, and you know, I guess she just went and prayed it off. And y'all, I became so sick. My son became sick. He wouldn't stop coughing. My middle child was sick. Everybody was sick but the oldest that I told to pray it off. I should have been telling everybody else to pray it off, but hers, she did not have it. Y'all, I was so sick. I lost my job because I couldn't work. Actually, all that was in the same week. I lost my job because they was like, you can't take no more days off. But y'all, I had COVID. And so, this is when the child tax credit was still coming in. So that was extra money, but that was because we had to DoorDash food every day. I couldn't go out to go grocery shopping. I had the Amazon food to come in. I had to get Amazon to deliver my food. So also another good resource. And I'm not in partnership. But if you go to Amazon food, they will deliver food to your they will deliver groceries to you as well. I don't know what areas that serve, but I was in Phoenix, so it's a pretty popular area. So I had to get groceries delivered to me through Amazon. I had to DoorDash food. We probably ate Chick-fil-A every day, y'all. When I say we ate Chick-fil-A every day, we probably had Chick-fil-A every day. Some days I couldn't eat. So it was November, the first week of November, I contracted COVID, went to the emergency room. They said, you have COVID. Yeah, I had this cough that felt like death. And if I moved the wrong way, it triggered something in my respiratory system. And I promise you, every 5 minutes, I had to cough. And I told y'all that cough felt like death every time I coughed. My focus wasn't us losing the place. My focus wasn't none of that. It was not any of that. My focus was, I can't go nowhere. I don't want to die. My focus was, we can't die up in here. Mine was the worst. One of my son had his cough. It didn't hurt, but he had a cough. He was just, he had to lay around. My middle child, her nose just kept running. Her head was hurting. And same thing, but I had them in separate places. My oldest slept my middle child slept in the living room, of course, and Kaylin slept in the room, and Jordan slept in his room, and I was in my room. And sometimes I would go sit into the living room. Now, because I was so weak, headache, couldn't do nothing, couldn't eat, that cough was crazy, and tissue, everything, because I was so sick, y'all. I developed a blood clot in my left leg. Didn't know it. I went to walking one day and the back calf was sore. I'm also giving y'all feelings, just giving y'all a breakdown of everything. And I said, something don't feel right. I'm going to the emergency room just to see what's going on with this leg. Y'all, it was a clot. Another time that y'all, you mean to tell me my life go from 1,000 to 0 that quick? And I said, oh gosh, like that's another life-threatening situation. And I was just praying and praying, like, no, COVID, then this clot, no, like, y'all, oh my gosh. They started sending me to all these centers, trying to see if it was genetic, if it was another reason why the clot came. It wasn't. It was straight from COVID. We all recovered, as you see. Hey. Yes, Abba was with us. The Most High was with us, most definitely. But going through it, you think you about to die because of COVID. You think this clot, you don't know if this clot gonna move. It was crazy, y'all. So as you know, all that time, it took me a month. Bills was piling up. And we getting eviction letters. No, the CDC moratorium was not active during then. We applied for rental assistance, but there was such a long wait. Do y'all know they didn't contact me about rental assistance until, I don't want to be lying, May of this year. We gone by then. We was gone by then. May of this year. And I said, well, we don't need it no more. We been evicted months and months and months ago. So as time went on, of course, I done got over these two things. I still had the clot. Dealing with these things, I knew it was time to leave. I searched for every apartment. I searched for new homes, new apartments, new places. Couldn't find nothing, y'all. Couldn't find nothing. So it came down to us being evicted. I moved all my stuff in the storage. I sold stuff and moved stuff in the storage with my 3 kids every step of the way. We back and forth to the storage, back and forth to places, trying to see if we could get new apartments and all this other stuff. Because mind you, we in Arizona. I don't have, by that time, I think, I'm not even gonna lie, by that time I think the cousin and his wife, they lived in Florence, Arizona. That wasn't nowhere near, it was like an hour and some change. I think they had to move to South Carolina by then. But y'all, by then it was just me and my kids, right? Okay. And I called my dad. Well, I waited until we lost the place. I wasn't gonna call him. I was like, I'm just gonna stick this thing out. We got this. We got this. We over here. We gonna do this thing. Y'all, I was starting a brand new job. I had went through all the interviews before getting put out. I had talked to the recruiter, the manager, and the president, the CEO, and y'all, I got the job. I got the job. I could not start the job. Could not start the job, y'all. I had to put my babies, I was trying to rush and get them in a new school so I can go ahead and start work, start making this money. It did not go that way. It came to where we had to get a room, and I just had to go and call my dad. And I said, Dad, well, we lost the place. You know, there wasn't no help. He sent me some money. He said, hey, either you can use this money to stretch you along, or you can use this money to get a flight back home. And as you see at the end of the video, I chose the flight to come back home. We lost everything. We lost everything, like files, computers, printers, clothes, shoes, anything you can think of. Everything that was in storage, we lost it. Our valuable information, social security numbers are on those papers. You get what I'm saying? Like, we lost everything. Car, the morning of the flight coming back. And some of you probably say, well, if you was flying back, what was you gonna do with the car? You know, I did have a friend over there, not from there. The friend I had was from Atlanta. They was working over there, and I was gonna get them to keep the car because I got a cousin from back home from here who transport cars. And my father was gonna see if he could drive over there and bring my car back. But y'all, it wasn't no need. I ain't even tell my dad that because he was already, you know, with me not having a place, get me back home. Y'all, totaled the car. Somebody slammed on brakes in front of me on the highway 6 o'clock that morning before my flight left. We weren't hurt. It was this nice lady. I don't know who she was, but shout out to her. She was like an angel, y'all. She could have went on about her day, but she stood there throughout the whole scene. She got us off the highway so that the cops could get our information and stuff. And y'all, she was like an angel to me and my kids. And y'all, when I say the Most High, I don't care what you in. Let y'all see that the Most High has had me through every situation. My journey over there, allowing us to experience a whole new world. You know, life hit us. I didn't die from COVID. I didn't die from this clot. The car accident, you know, me having somebody to send my dad, you know, to help me get back home. And then an angel sitting there throughout everything. And we got in, we got everything we needed to out of the car, which was our luggages to come back home. Oh, that ain't it. Hold on. That was, okay, that was the day before because we missed our flight the day before. I was like, wow, what? Because I had my car. So what was going on? So, but no. I told her, you know, when she picked us up, she was like, where would y'all like to go? I said, just take us straight to the airport. I think our flight was 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock that night. It was like 7 o'clock that morning. Just take us to the airport. We would sit at the airport. I have patience. I'm so humble and I have patience. That didn't bother me. My kids was content. We was content. So we got everything out of the car and I said, just take us to the airport. She stopped and got us breakfast, made sure we got to the airport very, very safely. And me and my kids sat in the airport and, you know, we made it on home. Had to come to my sister's 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my 3 kids are at my sister's apartment, 1 bedroom. And the beginning of this year has been so tough for us, y'all, only in a sense of going from on 1,000 to 0. So like I said with my other channel that explains, you know, the journey that I had. Then I went full vegan. I lost so much weight. I gained so much weight while I was in Arizona with the eating and the liquor. I don't drink no more, y'all. But, you know, but I lost so much weight, you know, and I'm full vegan. I cook all my meals. I was cooking my meals there too. But we eat salmon. I ain't even about to say full vegan because we eat salmon. But I buy the zucchini. I cut it up. I make different recipes. And I might put the recipes on this channel, but they, you know, so I've made some habit adjustments, some changing. Don't talk to nobody. I changed my number. I was like, okay, we just about to start from scratch. But y'all, then I applied for this job. They did the drug test. They did everything. I just have not had a start date. So y'all know everybody at the end of the video asks for stuff. Y'all can send me $1. I don't care. My cash app is TRANSOM, TRANSOM 88. TRANSOM 88. We would appreciate anything because yes, I get child support. You get what I'm saying? I got food stamps. We eat because I cook, you know, and I'm at my sister's house, a 1-bedroom apartment. And y'all, I'm not going to say we don't care where we go because I got to be mindful of, you know, settling this divorce and visitation with the kids. But y'all see, I went to Arizona, and I'm so open and courageous, and I don't mind where I go. I'll make the most out of wherever I go. We just need a start again. You get what I'm saying? Like, I make the most of, y'all will look at that video, and I don't let nothing get me down. I thought COVID was going to take me out of here. I thought that clout was going to take me out of here. We still made the most. Coming back here, we found so much stuff to do. I think I will upload an Atlanta video this year when taxes came around. We're in my sister's 1-bedroom apartment, and what happened was, what happened was to give her a break and to give us a break from being cluttered and going through this. We went to Atlanta for a week, which ain't kid friendly. Y'all know I'm about my kids. We was only able to go to the aquarium, but we made the most of it, y'all. We made the most of it. And it's just, yeah, finances has been a thing with me. That's all you need to do whatever you need to do. And so I'm not ashamed to ask for help. You know, if y'all want to cash up $1, if y'all got any resources, I'm gonna put my email down here. Y'all can email me resources. Y'all can email me free leads. And I mean like serious leads, not no leads where I got to go through the ringer or go through the loop. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Like, but I just want to make a video to show y'all how much it costs to get to Arizona. And elaborate a little bit about where we're at now. Where we're at now. Y'all know where they at now. We back in South Carolina. We back in South Carolina in a 1-bedroom. So I just thank y'all for y'all support, y'all watching. My children are sleeping right now. I'm in the car. This is my dad's car, by the way. I'm telling you, I came over here with nothing. I haven't, lost everything. The second car, I did go over there with a car. I actually had to sell that because I was trying to get up money before the eviction to get back on track with the eviction. So yes, even the car I drove over there with, I had to sell it to try to get some money. So to save the apartment. Yeah, any questions that y'all have to try to and I'm not mean, so any questions that you ask, like even like that, like, oh, you say you drove over there with a car but you total, and you'll see at the end of the video the car is smashed up, okay, as it is in the front because somebody slammed on brakes in front of us. They fled the scene, y'all. There was a 3 thing. The person in front of the car in front of us slammed on brakes, so that car slammed into it and we slammed into it. The person's in front of us, insurance had a lawyer calling me. I've been going to I was going to the chiropractor from January to April. Do y'all know that lawyer called me back and said the insurance couldn't do nothing about it? So we ain't even get no claim or no settlement from that accident, y'all. See, coming back to South Carolina, finances have been at an all-time low or stubborn to get. That's what I meant at the very beginning. I feel like it's such a bondage here as far as making things shake, because ever since I've been back, even the settlement didn't go through. There's no settlement. I am not working a job. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so it's not even a pity party, but I don't mind asking for help. But at the same time, y'all, like, I got 3 kids, and we try and we make the most out of what we're doing, where we're at now. Like, we do the best. We get out as much as we can. We try to not like shopping or anything because there's really no money. So like last night or some nights we'll have we'll say, let's go get fresh air. My sister come in from work, and once she's in the house, we'll get in the car and we'll just drive to a parking lot and talk and pray, cut our devices off and talk and pray, and just hope for the next. And we've been praying and praying that we could find somewhere else to go, that we can get started somewhere else, y'all, because yeah. So, well, y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Shalom, peace. Anybody that wants to move forward, please do it. Please do it. Consult ask is if it's the Most High's will, move forward, and y'all just do that thing. Don't worry about what nobody else say. Don't care if somebody call you crazy. That's one thing about me. I don't care if I look crazy to people. I don't care, because you gotta get some. You want things. You know what I'm saying? You got a passion and your own aspirations for your own life. I have mine. So I didn't care, And then the beginning of the year when I came back to grandma's, my stepmom's, who raised me with my dad. So which her mom was technically my grandma, because technically she raised me. I lived with her from 4 to grown. She passed as soon as I got back from Arizona. And then my birth mother, my mother died when I was 7. Her mother died a month or 2 after that. So both grandmas passed at the beginning of the year. And I was just like, what is this year doing? I also had a cousin, he was young. He wasn't younger than me, but he was older than me, but he was young. He passed. And it was just like, what is this year doing? What is this year doing? I'm convinced it's a South Carolina thing. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, but thank y'all for watching again, and I hope y'all have a good one.